Hello, everybody! We are about 30 minutes away from the release of the mini expansion, just in time to do a card review right before it releases. I'm with Kaylin, who's going to help me do this. And are you going to say anything? You going to say hi?
I'm gonna say hi. Yeah,
Great! I'm not
we're
editing this,
definitely
so
not late. We're not late at
we're
all.
not late. I just got back from eating hot pot with the boys, so, it was worth it. Anyway, you haven't seen any of the cards, right?
I have seen like maybe four, the text on them at least. I know most of them because I saw the leak really early on.
Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and get into it then. The first card for Forest Craft Legendary Carbuncle Sacred Emerald. 7/2/2, accelerate 1. Put a Carbuncle Sparkle into your hand, but only if an allied follower has evolved this turn. Fanfare, put a Carbuncle Sparkle into your hand. Subtract 1 from the cost of all Forest Craft cards in your hand and deck. Evolve, recover 3 play points.
Does it really say that? Does
Yeah.
it really say that?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you can. It's a combo enabler, but it comes down so late. And
Yeah, very late.
if you do it early, you just get evolution point recovery, I guess, which is nice for Evo Forest, I suppose.
More
So
control forest, Evo forest support. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, so you can just use it to get Carbuncle Sparkles, go through your deck, get your Evo points back. I think the actual effect of the fanfare is interesting, but it comes down way too late for it to be meaningful. At least the recover 3 play points, maybe. That's nice in Bahamut, but you'd know, right? Because on 7, you always play Terra Finis. So I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. And subsequent carbuncles will be 6, then 5 play points. I can see that going to be quite fun.
Yeah, it goes into the late game, I suppose. I don't know. I think it's a little it's a little heavy for that effect, but it could be used potentially just for the accelerate.
One of the strangest stat lines we've seen in a while. We don't really see 7 play point 2/2s anymore. The
Yeah,
last one
well,
I can remember was that Death Caller in Shadow, right? There
well,
was there was the Shadowcraft card.
it's here again. At
Yeah.
least maybe it'll win the leader poll this time.
I hope he sounds just as cute as last time.
Ah wah wah. Is that what he says?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
something along those lines.
I think you mostly play it for the spell. Maybe in decks that go long, you can play it for the actual effect. But I don't know. I feel like Evo is kind of on the like control in general is just so unplayable because FNG deletes all control decks, so it doesn't even really matter. I
Honestly,
don't.
I've barely seen FNG since the nerf.
No.
I'm glad about it.
FNG like beats control almost every single time. So I just that's why we've been seeing so much less control forest and control haven on the ladder. It's because FNG beats it every time. But uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna really make a splash in the meta, honestly, as long as FNG is still good.
Yeah, I can't see it doing much, but it's gonna make for good highlights.
You know what's fun for me though? This is the next card, Camelin Fey Knight. I'm the only person in the world who plays Shining Valkyrie
No.
Forest, and
Shining Valkyrie.
you play this.
Ooh.
You still have Miracle Harvest as well. Fanfare, destroy an enemy follower of at least 10 Forestcraft followers have left play, +2/+2 in Storm. If 20, +4/+4 instead. So it's just more aggro for that archetype. It's so sad
Yeah.
that Arya left before this became a thing, but there you go.
Oh, yeah. This is an absolutely insane card in any other time period. 3 play point destroy anything, and it can be a storm. But
Yeah.
nowadays, it just doesn't look like it fits. It
Now
definitely
it's
is.
just
It's no replacement for Sekka.
it's so mid because all the tools that this deck wants have already rotated out. But if you're mad like me, you play this in Shining Valkyrie and go face.
I don't
think
know
it's
about you, but back 6 years ago, in Darkness Evolved, I actually played a Tamlin Forest deck back when I
yeah.
could stand playing Forest. It wasn't terrible. It got some wins. I guess it'll be the same for this. It'll
It
get
got
some
some
wins.
wins is not a great metric
Yeah.
for whether or not a deck is terrible.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Forest changed much by this mini expansion,
No,
to be honest.
I don't think these are super impactful. This one, it's just another tool for that control deck, which isn't even good right now. And this one is just a whatever card in a whatever archetype. Potentially good if they make an Arya effect again, but right now there's no enabler for it. So rip. All right, let's move on to sword.
Big rip.
Royal Fortress. Hey, it's back. Sky Fortress is back.
Everything is back this mini. It's beautiful.
Yeah, right? Everything's a retrain. 6/5/6, invoke at the start of your turn if at least 10 allied commanders have come into play. Then evolve this follower, maneuver commanders, and it has storm. And on evolve, it can attack twice per turn. So, is this just rubbing salt in the wound of how bad Mars is? Now, instead of building on top of the officer archetype that Mars was trying to build, now they're just going in the completely different direction where you want to be playing commanders
I was absolutely going to mention that. Yeah. Yeah, Commander Forest. That's not an archetype we've ever really had. It's always been focused on having more officers.
Like how bad? Okay, Mars wasn't in this set, that's right. But how badly are they gonna do Mars, where like they're immediately outshining her with a better card in the opposite deck, where instead of officers you want commanders? I mean,
yeah, I think it's known that I like to see cards get buffed. I'd love to see Mars buffed, and this, like, Mars is a commander, isn't she? She could probably fit into a deck that works with this if she just had any other effect in the game.
Nah, she's terrible. But you know, this expansion added so many good commanders that this card might actually see play. Like between the Luminous Lancer and the Luminous Knight.
Yeah, the entire Luminous archetype they added back. It's completely commander support, including free evolves, which could be pretty great on this.
Have come into play.
Yeah. That's going to be a bit difficult because Sword's not very good at playing multiple cards. Wait. The Musketeers, do they each count as a commander?
No, Musketeers are all officers.
Ooh, that's a shame.
That is a shame. But you know what? I don't think this is going to unseat Evo Rally from its top spot right now, because Evo Rally is just really good. But in later rotations, potentially you can go long, because both Legendary Sword Commander and Legendary Sword are both Legendary Sword Commanders.
Yeah, that's true.
This is allied commanders into play, so that includes the amulet. So potentially this could be a win con for that deck if Sword goes longer in future formats. But for now, I don't think it's going to unseat Evo Rally. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely fair.
Yeah. All right. Next is Strategic Commander, also a commander. Fanfare, give +1 attack to all Swordcraft followers in your hand and deck. Evolve, deal 5 damage to an enemy follower. This is such a nothing card, I feel like.
Yeah, this doesn't really help anything Sword has right now. This is for a kind of Storm mid-range Sword, but if you're playing this as your 5 in a mid-range deck, it's a pretty weak play.
Yeah, imagine playing this on 5 instead of Musketeers. I guess, okay, in the future, play 3 Strategic Commanders, buff up your Royal Fortress by 3, it gets 8/6, Forge Weaponry, attack twice in a turn, OTK.
Oh,
that's hopium. That's
deck potential.
That is hopium. I think this card is like so whatever.
I always love to see deck buff cards though.
Yeah.
It's just a shame they're not in Dragon right now.
Yeah. Dragon, man. Oh, we'll get to it. Okay, let's move on to Rune. Anne and Greya, Royal Duo. Majestic Sorcery into your hand, which does a lot of effects. It has Spell Boost and Mysteria Spell Boost. Deal 5 damage to all enemy followers. Randomly summon allied Mysteria followers and give them Storm. And then in hand 7, put Anne Summoning and Greya's Inferno. Subtract 5 from the cost of the cards added to your hand. Evolve, deal 3 damage to all enemy followers, restore 3 defense to your leader. This card is incredibly cracked for a deck archetype that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
But it's gonna push the Mysteria archetype, because we got a few Mysteria cards this set. Like, Mysteria herself, but also Craig and Hannah. So now there's the potential of just running an entire Mysteria deck and having this be your finisher. It's an incredibly pushed card for this archetype.
I know we're only really looking at these cards for rotation, but I can see this being incredibly fun in Unlimited.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun for sure. Especially because in Unlimited, there's way more tools for Mysteria that are good.
Way more. You can do an exclusively Mysteria deck and have the entire slate of everything you need to play a deck.
But in rotation, it's like this card is so obscenely powerful, but the archetype doesn't yet exist. If it gets even a little support in the coming expansion or two, then Mysteria is going to become a real thing, I think.
Yeah, I have an odd feeling they will support Mysteria again before this card rotates out.
Because this thing is so obscenely powerful, but the cards surrounding it aren't yet. You know what I mean? It just needs a little bit more. All right,
Rotation
next.
Rune. Okay.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead. I don't want to
I
cut
was
you
just
off.
going to say, Rotation Rune, does it really have anything you'd want to summon back to life to deal the storm damage with the Majestic Sorcery, apart from something like Anne's Summoning, which is a 5/5?
When you summon, you can
big
summon Craig, and then Craig does damage to the... no, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so, but it's an option. I think if it gets any support, like the card itself is so cracked, but the archetype doesn't even exist, so it just needs some time, I think. All right.
Well, here's some support for that Mysteria card, I suppose.
Yep, Raining Blades. Give +3/+3 to an allied follower and deal 3, so you can put this onto the storm guys you get off of Anne and Greya and go face.
Slightly deal with a ward, maybe.
Yeah.
Anything left after the sorcery, of course.
In Unlimited, I think this is too slow for Unlimited, but like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? You can potentially play it on a Zealot of Truth. If they ever print a Storm Spell Boost follower in rotation again, this will see play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
great name.
It is a great name. So far, I feel like you just want to play this in the Anne deck and then give it to Anne.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's an okay card. A little heavy, but it's all right.
Oh my lord, he's back.
It's time. Dragon.
It's time.
Masamune One-Eyed Dragon. The One-Eyed Dragon is also what I call...
Oh, no.
Bane, Fanfare. If Overflow is active for you, gain the following effect and evolve this follower. Next time this follower takes damage, reduce it to 0. If you have 10 play point orbs, give your leader the following effect. During your turn, whenever an allied follower attacks an enemy follower, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. So you play this when you have 10 play points. You have Rowan up, and then you deal so much damage. Rowan plus Amulet plus Ping plus any followers you have that can rush in. It's a free Evo as well. So potentially you can run this in an Evo deck if that's going to be a thing for Dragon, but I think it's a solid card, honestly. It's a 2-drop, so the opportunity cost of running it in your deck is negligible because you can always play it on 2 in case you don't curve out.
For sure. 2/2 Bane.
Yeah. And if you're in Overflow, then it's, a free Evo, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
It means you can run Jupiter now in controlling Dragon decks.
Ooh, Jupiter.
Right? So you can play
and that'll also help with Bahamut decks too.
Yeah, you can play Jupiter. You can play it in Bahamut now. It's a great card.
Absolutely.
Dragon needs all the help it can get, and I think this is going to be...
And I can see the biggest weakness of this card is going to be the biggest weakness of Dragon come next rotation, and that's Rowan leaving.
Yes.
We're going to be in a problem state when he leaves.
Once Rowan leaves, Masamune is going to become less good too. It's going to be an issue. We'll get to that when we get to that, I suppose. But this is a very solid card, and with Dragon needing all the help it can get, this can absolutely slot into almost any Dragon deck, honestly, because it has such low opportunity cost running it in your list. It can't brick you, and the effects that it gets over the course of the game are just get better and better. So I don't know. It's a great card, but is it enough to save Dragon from the pit of despair it's fallen into? I guess we'll find out. Next is Ethica, Firebrand Claw. She doesn't ramp, which she did in her original form.
Yeah, this was one of
sad.
the last cards I expected to get retrained.
3/3/2 Rush. If Overflow is active for you, recover 1 Evo point. Great effect. Deal 1 damage to all enemy followers, and evolve, deal 3 damage to all enemy followers on strike. So it's a fantastic effect, Evo recovery. Again,
Absolutely.
maybe in a list that can go longer. You can run it in like a Jupiter list as well. It works with Masamune because it has rush. But why doesn't it ramp? It should
Yeah,
ramp.
yeah. Ethica used to be a 3 play point 2/3 with the simple card effect of on evolve gain an empty play point. So you'd expect her to come back with ramp, but no,
And now
she's
she's
Evo support.
just
And
board control.
yeah, board
But
control Evo. But I think her greatest aspect as a tool for Dragon right now is she's going to recover a evolution point at the perfect time for Infiniflame Dragon to come down.
that's
Because
true.
the biggest weakness of Infiniflame Dragon is him not being able to attack. Giving an extra Evo point, which this is going to be one of the only tools Dragon has to recover them, might help that a lot.
I would say Infiniflame's biggest weakness is that it costs 10 play points.
Well, yeah.
Not having Evos is also a big factor, yeah. So between Masamune and this giving you more free Evos, you can potentially run an Infiniflame list that runs Jupiter as well. It's a possibility. It's an option you have now.
I think Masamune fits into kind of aggro Storm Dragon that I've been playing, but Ethica definitely doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've been doing pretty well with that.
I think the first thing I'm gonna try is Jupiter, like kind of a ramp mid-range dragon running Masamune, Ethica, and Infiniflame Dragon with Jupiter as well, and all the good stuff. Galmu, Galmu Brutal Roan, and then Ram.
Dragon seems to have so many powerful legendaries and great tools right now. It just doesn't quite fit together in a package that really works.
Yeah, it doesn't fit together like quite so nicely. All the cards themselves are like so sick, but yeah, it doesn't match up into a complete picture. But I'll figure it out. All right, moving on to Shadow. Hopefully they didn't get anything good.
Boy.
Shadow does not need any help. Mordecai, Unending Duelist. The art is absolutely unreal on this one. It looks freaking awesome. When this follower comes into play, if it's the fourth one, evolve it. Can't be evolved using EP, and it can't be targeted by enemy effects. Okay, so it's untargetable. So you want to be rezzing this with Reanimate, I imagine. While this follower is in play... Oh, it has Mask of the Black Death as an effect. Reduce damage to your leader to 0, and when your leader takes damage, it deals the damage to this follower instead. But that's only on evolve, right? So you have to summon it 4 times in order to evolve it for it to have the Mask of the Black Death effect?
I don't think you need to summon it. I think it just needs to be placed on the board with Burial Rite, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're so right. So you can Burial Rite this 4 times, and that counts as it coming into play.
Yep.
Whoa, that's nuts. And then
because Burial Rite removes the effects, not the name, and the name's what counts here.
The name is what counts. Yeah. So then, oh my goodness, and then you Burial Rite it 3 times, and you reanimate it once, and then you get the effect. Whoa. Okay. And then when that Mordecai dies, you get another Mordecai.
Yeah. Good defensive tool. It's just Shadow doesn't exactly need defensive
Shadow
tools.
does not need this.
Yeah, Shadow is a storming class right now.
If Burial... Okay, so Burial Rite does exist, but the Burial Rite arc... So obviously the biggest thing is FNG. This doesn't fit into that, obviously.
Yeah.
But in Burial Rite Shadow, Burial Rite Shadow itself is a much more aggressive deck, so this is so controlly that it probably won't fit. But all honestly, though, you might run... Like, if Shadow ever wants to make a control deck, this is such a good effect against, like, big burst damage. Like, just having a Mask of the Black Death, and when it dies, it gets summoned again, so it gets Mask of the Black Death twice. Like, that sounds so annoying. So if Shadow ever pivots to going along, then I can see this card seeing play, just not right now.
Judging by the next card, I don't think Shadow's going to be going very long.
Okay. I haven't seen the next card, but I'll take a look.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Okay. So this card is good in a format that's not this one. This one, Shadow does not need this, I don't think. But if it ever needs a tool to prevent phase damage, this card is a sticky follower that actually can really impact the game. I like it.
I really dig the change to his skull art, inspired by the actually censorship of his skull in the Chinese version.
I thought you were gonna say inspired by the sands from Undertale,
no,
because that's what it
no,
looks like.
it does look like that. No, Shadow got a lot of changes for the Chinese release of Shadowverse, and those changes are all actually kind of just better than vanilla. Like Luna's parents getting veils that look really cool.
That is cool.
Mordecai got like spiky skulls on his, no, spiky bones on his skull that have been carried over and carried forward to this.
It looks cool, and I think the card is actually playable, but just not right now. Maybe in the future when Burial Rite can actually sustain itself and not try and kill you on turn 5 or whatever with Anna's Age. When Burial Rite's actually a different deck, in a different lifetime. In another life, I would have loved doing laundry and taxes with you, Mordecai, but not this life.
Yeah, not today.
Next, Deathly Tyrant's Feast, 4 play point, give +3/+3, Necro 20, give +10/+10 instead. Okay, dude.
Okay, yeah.
No, I don't think it's necessary, honestly.
Why was this printed?
No, but it's not necessary. They can do so much more with less than this, you know? Like
they really can, but getting to 20 shadows in Shadow nowadays is actually quite easy.
Yeah, it's easy, but is it necessary? Like you're just you're running a 4 play point spell that doesn't cycle and is incredibly conditional when you could be using your necromancy on Spirit Invasion and Carnunos Reanimate. I don't think it's necessary at all.
I still think it shouldn't have been printed. This is a dangerous card. I wish Shadow wouldn't get tools like this, but we don't live in that world. We live in the world where
I don't even think it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we disagree on this one. Maybe at some point in our lifetime, somebody will OTK with this. But that Shadow can do so much more with so much less and without running a 4-cost spell in their deck. Like, they don't need this. They have Spirit Invasion, which goes face for 3, which is 1 cost. Base form Deathly Tyrant's Feast also does 3 damage, and it costs 3 more. Necro 20, you want to be using your Necromancy on Spirit Invasion and Luna anyway. I just don't think this is necessary at all.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
But it scares you.
It's scary. I hate it when Shadow gets anything good.
Hey, just imagine it had Ignore Ward. It'd be a different world we're living in.
Yeah, thank God. Speaking of, Angel's Grace is +3/+3 for 4 play points too, and that gives Ignore Ward. This is basically just a bad Angel's Grace unless you have 20 shadows.
Yeah, I think it's like not that great, but it's like one of those cards. This is gonna be a BTC highlight, bro. That's what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna Deathly Tyrant and make it into the highlight compilation. All right, next, Waltz Moonlight Wolf King, 6/3/3, accelerate 2, activate Vengeance. That's so strong.
Absolutely amazing.
That's so good. And Fanfare activate Vengeance for the rest of the match. Can attack 3 times per turn. Okay, so if this actually sticks, which it never, ever, 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 ever will, then it can potentially OTK just by itself. But if you just play it for the Accelerate 2, holy smokes, you activate Mono on the next turn? That's so powerful. So Mono for the month and a half that it's a thing is going to have an absolute field day.
I mean, it's good to see Walt's back, but I didn't think they'd be giving Blood such a free Vengeance activator again anytime after what happened with Temptress Vampire.
This Vengeance activator is absolutely unreal. Activates it for 2 turns and draws you a card just for 2? That's so strong. So even if Mono rotates out, if they get any other Vengeance tool, like any other Vengeance win condition in upcoming sets while Waltz is in, Waltz is going to be like the premier activator for the condition.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't actually realize this is straight up Mono support in the way of a body that can attack for 27 damage. Storm. with
Yeah,
mono
if you
once it
actually,
evolves. Yeah,
that's such a pipe dream to actually
that
summon
is that's
Waltz.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no way. But just as the accelerate, it's unreal. It's unreal. And if you do manage
yeah,
to get it down,
amazing.
and it can evolve, like holy smokes. But yeah, this card is incredible. It's broken. This is a broken activator. It's so
Even
powerful.
draws a card on. Even draws a card on the
Yeah, it even
accelerate
draws a
too.
card. It cycles itself. It's so powerful. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is super exciting. All right, what else? Demon Brand Vampire. If Vengeance is active for you, gain +1/+1 and deal 4. It's mono support. It buffs itself for the mono condition.
Yeah.
Vengeance is active. It's a 1 cost, so you can run it with no opportunity cost. And it deals with the enemy board, so your mono can go face. Brother, this card is... Okay, why are they
They're
supporting mono
printing
so hard in the
mono.
last
Why?
month that it's a thing? Oh my god.
She's leaving. My God.
She's leaving in a
Why do
month
they
and
do this to
they
us?
push it so hard. Oh my god, it's incredible. Okay,
Yeah.
next. We're getting near the end now. Skullfane the Defiled. At the
Look
end
at
of your
that
turn...
art.
Yeah, this art is incredible. At the end of your turn, if you played at least 4 Skullfanes using their Accelerate, subtract 4 from the cost of this card. Oh, I hate that it's at the end of your turn.
Ooh,
That's...
yeah.
Oh, I wish it was like... Just it while it's in your hand. At the end of your turn makes it so much less flexible. Okay, Accelerate 1, subtract 1 from the countdown of an allied amulet. If it's 0, put Skullfane into your hand. Okay, at least it's into your
Oh,
hand.
into your hand straight away. I expected it to go to the deck.
No, it's in your hand, which makes it a lot better. Destroy all allied amulets, deal 4 to all enemies, restore 4 to your leader.
Okay, well that's a bit
Honestly?
underwhelming. It's a 3-cost 4/4 that does that once you've done all the cycling. It feels like the accelerate effect is the only effect that you care about here.
I don't know. I feel like this plus Vajra Champion could pave the way for a Amulet Haven, especially since we got Hierophant's Implements and Crusader's Rallying Cry.
Yeah.
So this plus Vajra, Crusader, even Sublime Talisman is not bad.
Anytime you can play point cheat is absolutely necessary.
You can run followers with Ward anyway to activate Sublime Talisman, and then you play this plus Vajra. Is that enough of a win condition? Vajra plus Skullfane.
I definitely don't see it replacing Ward Haven in the Haven slot right now, though.
No. I think even, like, I don't think there's any Haven deck that doesn't run Holy Saber. It's just too powerful of a card. But this could be the beginning of better amulet support for Havencraft. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know if it's enough.
Yeah, he's going to be around for the next quite a while, so...
I like the card a lot, though. Like, it's super fun. The fact that it subtracts countdown and it's tutorable with cards that draw followers means that I can run it in unlimited with Turbo Seraph, which makes me happy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is perfect for Seraph Haven.
It's perfect for Turbo Seraph.
Absolutely perfect. You destroy the amulet every time you take it down.
Yeah. You just run this. You have an activator for your amulet every single Seraph turn, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But in rotation, I think this plus Vajra Champion could pave the way. I think losing Anvelt really hurts this deck. Because Anvelt was like the best amulet ever. And now we have to cope with all our trash amulets to make it work. Feels bad, man. Anyway.
I'm glad Anvelt's gone, though.
Yeah. All right. Guide of the Virtuous. 5/3/5. Accelerate 1. Increase your maximum defense by 1. Restore 1 defense to your leader. Fanfare. Give your leader the following effect. At the end of your turn, restore 1 defense to your leader and draw a card. It's better to Smile Cure.
It stacks 3 times?
No. It's not stackable and is removed.
Oh, okay.
So it's not permanent Smile Cure, but it is better to Smile Cure. And Accelerate 1. The Accelerate 1 is actually pretty valuable against OTK.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can increase your health above 20 seems to hurt a lot of decks.
So it's a Heal Haven card. But Heal Haven sucks, so... great card in a trash archetype, I guess. All right, next.
Definitely a great Accelerate.
Yeah, the Accelerate is good. Okay. The fact that it draws a card, though, is really strong on that Fanfare. But, yeah, it's just not going to make a huge splash this mini, I don't think. I guess we'll find out. We have 5 minutes left to finish this review, and then I have to
Oh boy.
upload it extremely quickly. It's a good thing you didn't say anything politically insensitive to Kalen, because I'm not going to edit this. So don't do it now. I could hear the little smirk in your. I didn't even need to see you. Okay, Gullius, King of Beasts, 748. Accelerate 0. Put Gullian, Howl, or Aura into your hand. Ugh. Machina support, Storm, Fanfare, randomly summon copies of different allied Machina followers.
Yeah, this is confusing.
What? What Machina followers are there?
That's a good question.
This isn't anything.
What? I mean, Gullius is classically an excellent Machina card in Portal. You'd assume the retrain would be, but what does Portal have for Machina right now?
If Machina exists, this card is unreal. But Machina doesn't exist, so what is it rezzing? It's also sad that it doesn't res itself, because rezzing itself would be incredible, because it's a Storm card. This is an incredible card if Machina exists. Can you look up real quick what Machina cards are in rotation?
Yep, trying to.
Okay, and then I'll move on to Cyclical Fate for now. Cyclical Fate, that's the card I revealed. Put Deus Ex Machina into your hand. If you have more evil points than your opponent, change its cost to 3. Put Analyzing and Biofab into your deck. I honestly think this card is incredible. You can now Biofab your Genesis in rotation, and you get Deus Ex Machina to cycle through your list to get your Genesises reliably. That's unreal. And it's a 4-cost Deus Ex Machina if you have more Evo points. You can recover Evo points with Determination as well. Yo, I think this card is actually really, really strong. And I'm
so
glad
powerful.
I'm the one who got
3
to
play
reveal
point Dem is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm really happy with this card, and I'm so glad I got to reveal it. Biofab in rotation, man. That's scary as hell. Biofabbing Genesis, like you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that for real. Like,
so an update on the King of Beasts. There are no Machina in rotation.
So it's just Gullius.
Yeah, there are none.
There are 0.
As far as I can see right now, there are none.
Are there any in neutral?
I'm looking at neutral and Portal, and I'm not seeing any. Not even the Magnus Saber is Machina. He's a festive.
What is happening? What does Gullius do?
It's a good question.
Anyway, that's baffling. But Cyclical Fate is great. Next, Bavkatha, Trine Goddess. Is that how you say it?
Yes, Bob.
Bavkatha.
Bob.
3/2/2. Give +1/+1 to a random allied follower. Draw a card. Restore 1 defense. If at least 3 of your evolution points have been used, put Marigna's Gospel into your hand and change its cost to
Gospel
1.
a lot to get.
Yeah, but it doesn't count free evos. It has to be 3 of your evolution points, which is a little sus.
Yeah.
This card is so mid to me, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Draw 3 cards, restore 3 defense. That's pretty good. Random allied follower on the Gospel. That's disappointing.
It's okay. Like, it's a 3/3/3 that draws a card and heals 1. It's honestly not bad, but like, do you make room for it? Maybe in lists that use a bunch of Evo points? I don't know though. It seems kind of. I could be convinced either way for this one, because like on its face it seems fine, but I don't know if it's worth running in any lists.
It's far better than the original Bavkatha.
Yeah. Is that any thoughts? What do you think, Bavkatha? Good or bad?
No, I don't think it's good at all. I hope I eat my words. She'd love it. Turn to shine.
Finally, we have Fina. Oh, by the way, interesting thing to note: it's the first mini expansion with a legendary in it.
Yes, it is.
I wonder if that's going to be the norm going forward, or
legendary normal. Yeah, I mean, we didn't exactly have a normal mini expansion last time, did we? We didn't get neutrals at all last mini.
We didn't get neutrals at all, and it was all about the omens. Yeah, so minis have been strange lately. Finally,
I'm glad
we have. Let's go ahead.
I'm glad they're different.
Yeah, it mixes
things up.
Finally, we have Fina, Super Cute Hunter. Give the enemy leader the following effect until the end of the opponent's turn. Reduce defense restored to your leader to 1. All right. So if Control Haven is ever a thing, you can use this. This seems like insult to injury. Control Haven's not even good. No.
Yeah, there are Kel decks in Unlimited that use a lot of healing, but this wouldn't
That
even
wouldn't stop the cow.
that.
Yeah.
It kind of helps with Control Forest with their bouncing of 4 heals and
Yeah, true. But Control
Jupiters,
Force is bad right now too.
and you can't stop Control Forest by just stopping them from healing.
Destroy an enemy follower or amulet on evolve. Here's the problem with Shadowverse tech cards. Unless they cost 2, they're almost never worth running.
That's true.
The only one that's worth running is Glistering Angel, because there's no opportunity cost to it, and it's a on curve statted ward with a upside evo. Like, it took that much for a tech card to get played. Fina costing 3, I think, is a death sentence. If Fina costs 2, it would maybe be techable. But costing 3, there's no way.
There aren't many amulets in rotation you'd even care to destroy right now, because you can't destroy Legendary Sword with this effect, can you?
No. Anyway, I think it's an attempt at a tech card that isn't really going to play out, because the things that it's targeting aren't even that powerful, and the evolve is like fine, but costing 3 is so meh. I think if this had the effect of prevent reanimate, maybe. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
It does not. It instead targets decks that aren't a problem. Hooray.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it for the mini expansion review. I think the mini expansion is legitimately out now. So
yeah.
I'm gonna go do that.
Bit late. Got some card packs to open.
I got some packs to open. I'm going to upload this ASAP. Like this video if you did. Done if you didn't. Subscribe for more Shadowverse content in the very near future. Follow Kayla on Twitter if you want to learn more about...
I'm worthless.
If you want to unlearn anything, go follow Kayla on Twitter.
Yes!
And I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.